Hey everyone, today we're making poached salmon, cream leeks, and toasted lemon gremolata. I'm Chef Trent and you're watching Publix Aprons Cooking School Online. Let's get our poaching liquid started. So we've got a couple ingredients here. Some water can go into a preheated saucepan. A little bit of white wine, vermouth, and essentially all we're doing is creating a little bit of an acidic poaching liquid. Some thyme and oregano sprigs, a little bit of white pepper, some carrots, celery, and just about a teaspoon of salt. Now we need a little more acid in the poaching liquid. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take a lemon, it's room temperature, and we're gonna roll it. And this is just gonna really kind of release all the juice from the membrane and also create some wonderful oils that rise to the surface of the skin of the lemon. So we're just gonna squeeze this into our pan, very rustic. Try to get all that juice out, and we'll do the same with this one. We're going to gather the remainder of our ingredients for our leeks. Now that we've got our poaching liquid simmering, we're going to start on our creamed leeks. Leek is a very interesting onion. Essentially, it's an overgrown spring onion, and there's two parts to it, white and green, and then there's your top. Your top you're going to want to remove all the way. You can keep these for stocks, soups, anything you really like at the end of the day, and then our bottom we're actually going to remove. We're going to cut down our leeks straight down the middle into a half moon shape. And then we're just going to do about 1/2 inch pieces. And the leek naturally grows in sand, so it's a very dirty vegetable. So what you're going to want to do is dump it right into a bowl of some clean, cold water and just work your fingers through the different layers of this leek, ridding it of all its dirt and sand. So that's pretty good right there. We're just going to take these out and put them into a colander. Get rid of a little bit of that excess moisture. And now we're going to start our sauce. So preheated saucepan on the stove. We'll go straight in with our butter and then also straight in with our leeks. You're going to hear a light sizzle due to the amount of moisture still left on your leeks. So we're going to stir those around just a bit, and we're going to add about a tablespoon of garlic. Give that a stir, and these will cook down for about 5 to 6 minutes. And now that our leeks have sweated down, we're going to add a little bit of white wine. And we're going to reduce this down to what the French call sec, meaning almost dry. And this is going to take about 2 to 3 minutes. Now that our wine is nicely reduced and our pan is almost dry, again, we'll go in with another layer of some heavy cream. We're going to let this reduce for about 4 to 5 minutes or until it coats the back of a spoon nicely and gets a little bit of body to the sauce. And it's nice and thick, and you can see if you just tilt the pan, you can just lift up the spoon and it's nicely coated. So we're going to season this. A little bit of seafood seasoning, white pepper, and a little bit of salt. We can stir this in and then remove it from the heat. Slide it to the side and get the rest of our stuff for our gremolata. All right, let's get started on our gremolata. We're going to zest our lemon first. We're going to take our lemon and starting at the tip, and we'll just roll straight down, gradually rotating the lemon in between each turn. We'll just set our lemon down and our zester to the side. And we have a preheated saute pan on the stove that we're just going to add a little bit of oil to. So a little bit of Panko breadcrumb will go right into the pan. You'll see this sizzle and bubble just a little bit. Essentially, that's just going to let you know that you're frying and you're cooking. And that's going to take about 2 to 3 minutes. Our breadcrumbs are nicely toasted. Got a nice golden brown color going. And now we're actually going to add a little bit of chopped garlic. And we're going to stir this in, and definitely watch it carefully. You do not want your garlic to burn. We're going to remove this from the heat as to not burn it, and we'll go right into a nice glass bowl. We don't need to worry about cooling this mixture. We actually want it hot. So our breadcrumbs, we're going to add a little bit of the lemon zest that we zested earlier, some salt, white pepper, and some rough cut parsley. This just starts to smell incredible. And now on to poaching our fish. This is wild caught, sustainably sourced sockeye salmon. Our poaching liquid here is at a nice bit of evaporation coming off the top. We're not quite to a simmer or a boil. This is exactly where we want to be, around 165 to around 180 degrees. We're going to remove our lemons. So we're just going to take our salmon pieces and just gently place them into our poaching liquid. Moderate spacing in between each piece. And again, this is not meant to boil. This is meant to very, very gently cook. So we'll just watch this very carefully, and it'll take about 7 to 8 minutes. Our salmon is cooked perfectly, and you can lift the fish out of the water and hit it with a biotherm. You want to be around the range of 145 degrees. So we're going to grab our leeks, and we'll drop our leeks down onto the plate. A little bit extra of that cream can get just drizzled around. Definitely use a fish spatula or something slotted to remove your fish out of the water. Come straight down, and then top with our gremolata. Gremolata is a great accoutrement to this dish, just because everything on the dish is so extremely soft and tender that you're going to want some crunch to give it a little texture, and we'll give it a taste. The fish is extremely tender. The leeks are extremely tender as well. They just melt. The cream, and then the textural contrast of the wonderful gremolata over top. Poaching is one of my favorite ways to cook fish. It's perfect for Alaskan salmon. You should definitely give this one a try. Click the link below to find the full recipe, and like and subscribe to see even more Publix Aprons Cooking School online videos. See you next time.